As a child, the public broadcasting system, PBS, was a formative influence on my understanding of the world. Shows like Sesame Street, The Electric Company, 321 Contact, Cosmos, and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood instilled in me crucial lessons and fostered a spirit of inquiry. PBS also broadened my horizons by introducing me to international programs such as Doctor Who and Monty Python. This invaluable resource existed thanks to the unwavering dedication of individuals who championed accessible education, even in the face of government attempts to defund it. One remarkable example of this dedication was Fred Rogers, the beloved host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. In 1969, facing proposed budget cuts that threatened public broadcasting, Rogers appeared before the Senate. Instead of shouting or arguing, he calmly and respectfully articulated the profound value of PBS and NPR. He even recited lyrics from his song, "What do you do with the mad that you feel?" In a mere 6 minutes, he swayed Senator John Pastor and the committee, securing continued government funding for these vital public resources. That day, the senator simply stated, "I think it's wonderful. Looks like you just earned the $20 million. In 1967, the nonprofit Carnegie Commission on Public Television recommended creating a federally funded public television network. This led to the launch of the Public Broadcasting Service, a network designed to offer quality news, public affairs, educational, arts, sciences, and history programming, free from the constraints of commercial television. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Public Broadcasting Act, reflecting on technological advancements like radio, television, and satellites. He echoed Samuel Morse's famous telegraph message asking, "What hath man wrought, and how will man use his inventions?" Johnson answered his own question, stating the act's purpose was to enrich man's spirit. Alongside producing news, goods, and wealth, this act paved the way for organizations such as the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, PBS, and NPR, established with broad bipartisan support. A legal framework was also put in place to shield these organizations from political influence. The United States Public Broadcasting Act of 1967 aimed to foster the growth of public broadcasting, encompassing both television and radio, and to guarantee the availability of high-quality, non-commercial content. Additionally, this legislation provided funding for public broadcasting infrastructure and research into its educational applications. On Friday, August 1st, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting announced its imminent shutdown. This decision comes weeks after Congress canceled previously approved funding for the nation's public media access steward. As the primary funding source for PBS and NPR, the CPB's closure due to federal funding cuts by Congress will significantly impact local public radio and television stations, potentially leading to station closures. Before the funding cuts, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting supported over 1,500 local public radio and television stations, playing a significant role in making programs like Sesame Street and Finding Your Roots possible. For many smaller and rural public media stations, CPP funding constituted a substantial portion of their budgets. The closure of the CPB is expected to have profound impact, particularly on local public radio and TV stations in smaller communities across the United States that have relied on CPB grants. The reason this is happening is that PBS and NPR enjoy legal protection that shields them from government influence in their broadcasting. Trump perceives this inability to influence as bias. which he believes must be eliminated. Therefore, Trump and his associates are using their limited options to cut funding, as any other action would be too challenging to execute without revealing their true motives. We know this to be true, especially in the case when reviewing Paramount's merger. A new requirement has been added for Paramount's merger where the FCC will install a bias monitor who reports directly to Trump. This exemplifies a totalitarian strategy. This action evokes works like Orwell's 1984 and Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, aligning with the objectives of Project 2025. The aim is to eradicate facts and history, replacing them with a narrative that bolsters Trump's fabricated heroic image. The only reason someone would want to control a narrative is because they plan to openly commit heinous acts that cannot simply be hidden from public view. Instead, the acts will happen with a media coverage that shares the events with a positive spin. We'll be told comforting myths instead of facts. This is an attempt to silence dissent and to keep us docile toward Trump and his regime. Trump is actively severing our access to accurate and publicly available history. He is also limiting global access for those unable to travel and actively suppressing open communication regarding science and current events. These actions diminish the intellectual tools essential for making informed electoral decisions. This constitutes another aggressive assault on our First Amendment rights and will have dire consequences unless we resist. There are still avenues for resistance. Reach out to your representatives and demand a reversal of these actions. If they fail to respond, vote them out. Participate in protests, attend public forums, and if you can afford it, contribute to your local PBS and NPR affiliates. Consider establishing your own media presence to address issues you care about. There is no way we can all be stopped from using our voices. Fred Rogers consistently concluded his shows with a message of profound validation, looking directly into the camera and declaring, "You've made this day a special day by just your being you. There is no person in the whole world like you. And I like you just the way you are." I vividly recall the empowering impact of those words, a testament to the enduring influence of PBS on countless young lives. While clips of Fred Rogers inspiring governmental change through his calm demeanor are inspiring to us, one might question how our government would react if the populace collectively abandoned composure in response to its overt efforts to undermine democracy. That's all for this week. Until next time, remember, your voice is vital. Stand up, speak out, strike back. They don't know what they started. If you appreciate this content, please like, share, and subscribe. For updates, ring the bell. Your support truly helps this channel.